Yo, haha, Bill never said.
What is good, YouTube? Your boy Bill Magnificent is back with another sneaker review, and today we got the Kobe 6 Protro Mambacita Sweet 16, and this shoe, I can tell you right now, is so phenomenal. It's going to blow your mind. There's certain shoes that, kind of come in here and I get excited, especially when I was able to get the Kobe 5 Protros, the Bruce Lees, but this one, for me, shoe of the year, hands down, straight to feet. Now, there are certain things about this shoe that some people do, and maybe they don't know. And I'm going to kind of reveal that today before we do the on feet. And also, special shout out to my FedEx delivery driver, always taking care of things, because when the box came, I noticed that this was kind of taped up. But it was taped up not because they necessarily went inside the box. It was because the box itself is so light. So they kind of put some tape on it to kind of reinforce the box inside there, at least the shoe box, from falling out. So listen, not all FedEx drivers are bad. And shout out to the one that kind of delivers my box for me. Greatly appreciate it. Now, that said and done, man, let's get into the shoe, because I'm going to actually use a blacklight for this display, and I'll explain why in a second. So there we go. Of course, you got that signature Kobe box right here, and let's just kind of present this, because the Mamba and Mambacita organization is, to me, a great organization. You'll see pictures, or at least still pictures on the side right here, which kind of shows what they're doing for young boys and girls. And I want to say they're underprivileged, but they're also getting a lot of benefit out of it, right? So them reaching out to community and kind of giving back, it's a nonprofit organization, and I get why they came out with this shoe to raise profits for this organization. And I felt as though that's a great move by Nike. It's a great move by Vanessa. And you know what? With that said and done, let's get into the shoe. Now, actually, before I get in the shoe, keep these terms in mind, because you hear Mamba all the time. You feel like you hear Kobe Bryant, right? So the Mamba mentality. When you hear Mambacita, think of Gianna Bryant, right? So she was the little Kobe, is what they kind of classified her. She had her own nickname. So therefore, that's how you have Mamba and Mambacita put together. So let's now get into the shoe. So you can see right here, size 13, which we all know in the sneaker community, that is a very, very hard size to get. And of course, it does have Kobe's logo on the top. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I really do like what they did with the design. Like, they hit this one out the ballpark, and quite frankly, this is a representation of Gigi and her sweet 16th birthday. So let me put this down right here. Open this up. It's an honor to do this. Put this right here. Put this inside, and voila. This is a very, and I mean very, beautiful shoe. Now, one thing I didn't know is that the shoe actually comes with spare shoelaces. So, it's kind of the same design. I want to say like a mixture between flat and round, because it's not really necessarily too flat, but it has some roundness to it, if that makes sense. So white, it comes with white out the box, but you have that option of swapping it out for black. To each his own, but just know that this colorway specifically was designed for the Mamba and Mambacita organization. The colorways that they use in the jerseys were also black and white, as you see some still pictures right here to the side. Now, let's get into the shoe, because there's a lot of cryptic stuff here that I think some people may or may not know based off what you read online. Let me start with the polyurethane islands. And I mean, like, these rivets, or these like small islands that you see on the upper, is a representation of, just think of snakeskin, right? So Kobe Bryant gave, or was given, the Mamba name just because of his swift aggression, quickness, able to penetrate, make plays, and he was dangerous, right? So the Mamba, the Black Mamba, is the second most venomous snake, or at least dangerous venomous snake in the world next to the Cobra. And I felt like that was a great name to give Kobe Bryant because he was phenomenal, both on and off the court, as well as Gigi. So that's why you have Mambacita. But on the TPU heel plate, right, it reads Kobe on this side, and on this side it reads Gigi, right? So that would be on your right shoe. And you can see that it has the Mambacita logo. You can see the kind of the snake wrapped around that. And also, this is a little cool thing I didn't know. See how it has 6 circles on the back of that heel? Kind of representation of the 6th version of the Kobe Protros. Well, if you look on the Kobe 5s, the Protros, it has 5 rivets, which I think is pretty cool. So I didn't know about that. And for those are wondering about this shoe, you know how you always see Kobe's signature on the back? Here's the thing. Kobe's signature is also behind the TPU plate. You don't see it until you use the blacklight. So if you take the blacklight, hopefully you guys can see this. You'll see Kobe's signature kind of right there. And of course, I'll have a kind of still picture right next to me so you can actually see that. Another thing about this is that when you're looking at the Phi-line midsole, that's kind of standard with most of the Kobe Protros, kind of providing that cushion. And if there is a Zoom air unit, I believe, in the forefoot as well as the heel. The one thing I didn't know is that it had like this, I want to say this is like a little mini carbon plate that's on the outsole of the shoe. But you have the mesh along the tongue. And let's make sure I'm not missing anything. The rubber outsole, which is like multi-directional snakeskin design, right? So you think herringbone, but it's like multi-direction herringbone. If I'm not mistaken, that was the definition of this design. And the one thing about this, the outsole, is the actual Kobe code. Now, I'm going to have a picture right here so you can see the Kobe code, right? And if you decipher some of his shoes, hidden messages, this one actually reveals Black Mamba. That's what it reads. For those that didn't know, because I didn't know. And on the front of the shoe, which is also on the other shoe, I want to say that this is Venomin on the front. And, man, the execution. I like the number 2 also. Can't forget this. The number 2 that you see on both sides is also in representation of Gigi's number in which she wore her basketball jersey that you see right next to me right here. Now, let's talk about the insole. So the insole, you may or may not see it when I kind of show it this way, but it does read Mambacita in there with the halo and the angel wings inside. Again, I'll have a picture right here so you can see what it looks like. That was part of the design when they decided to do the concept for the shoe. And I believe the production date, when I saw the sizing tag, take a little peek, I think it's 2020 in October. 2020 October, I think it was like around August of 2021. I'm not going to show the tag because, you know, some people like to make duplicate copies. We ain't trying to do that, if I'm not mistaken. But the production date was in October of 2020. Just want to kind of point that out because it's 2022. And I feel like that they waited for the appropriate time to release these. And of course, Sweet 16 for Miss Gigi's birthday. So with that said and done, I will show you that it does have that Flywire technology. You do not see the lines that you would normally see on the Kobe Protros, but thankfully I have my trusty blacklight, because if you take the blacklight and you put it on here, and then you probably won't be able to see it kind of live, so I'll probably have a live video right here so you can actually see what I'm talking about. But if you take a blacklight and you kind of hover it around the upper, you'll see the line design of where the actual wires are on both sides of the actual shoe. So a little something some people may or may not know. So that's this blacklight is trusty because it reveals certain things. It revealed the signature behind the TPU plate of the shoe on the heel, and it also revealed the flywire technology that you see on the upper. Now, with that said and done, I want to give a special shout out to Vanessa Bryant, Nike, and shout out to, I want to say, Mamba and Mambacita organization as a whole, because there's a lot of people that are involved in this, working tireless hours to not only just be there for boys and girls and help them develop sports-wise, but I feel like career-wise. So they are an impact for these kids both on and off the court, just as much as Kobe was and Gigi was on the court and off the court. I could see Gigi being that type of daughter, because I got one, where she's questioning everything. And kind of resemblance of Kobe, because Kobe would question every basketball player in terms of a basketball perspective on how to perfect his game, to work his craft. That's the same way Gigi was. And you see these pictures online, and it's just a telltale of how Gigi was as an individual. So, with that said and done, man, Kobe Bryant, Protro 6, Mambacita Sweet 16. It is an honor to do this review, and I can't wait to do the on feet right now because I am kind of excited. More ways than what people kind of realize. I mean, summertime, this will probably be my most worn shoe this year. I can't do it right now because the environment I'm in, you know what I mean? It's a little bad. It's a little weird. But hey, one more month. Hopefully the sun rays come out and I can put these bad boys on feet outside. You'll probably see me. Shout out to everybody that was able to grab a pair. And if I'm not mistaken, because of the re-up with Nike and Vanessa, specifically with Mamba and Mambacita organization, I believe there's other Kobe different shoes coming out in addition to these. So I don't think that this will be the last pair that'll be released. I could be wrong, but that's kind of the way I took it. So your boy Magnificent, man. Listen, rest in peace, Gigi. Rest in peace, Kobe. And rest in peace to everybody that was on that plane that day. That was a very hard day for me and my family, because I got the news when, my son was about to play his basketball game from his coach, and it struck the whole gym arena, kind of took us by surprise, and we didn't know what to do at the time. But as always, Kobe will be in memory, basketball-wise, as well as Gigi. And I just want to take the time to say, listen, cherish every single day that you are living, because any given second, anything can happen. Hug your loved ones, right? And just be grateful. Be grateful for everything you have, whether it be the littlest things or the biggest things. Just enjoy life for what it is, and, live your life to perfection. Your boy Magnificent, man. I am out. Kobe Protro 6, Mambacita Sweet 16s. Let's do that on feet so you can see what it looks like. You guys, stay blessed.